Alright, so those of you that don't know, this is my 05 Baja that is swapped with a 3 liter from an Outback. It's got a 2-inch Kind lift kit, some OG Pro Drive P7s, a little more yellow than I'd like, but turbo hood, JDM headlights, and various other odds and ends that aren't really worth mentioning. But since I did the swap, I retained the Baja trans, and the center diff control is not correct. So I've been running it in front wheel drive with a little toggle switch to lock it up to make it like a 4x4 type deal. So I got a WRX trans, auto trans, that has the VTD center diff. That is a mechanical center diff for the automatics. So I'm going to be swapping that in so that I can actually enjoy this thing in the snow and not keep blowing front axles. Wish me luck. So it's a bit messy in here, but everything under the dash is Outback, down to the cluster and everything. The seats are still Baja, the dash cover is still Baja, but all the wiring basically from the rear seats forward is Outback. So auto climate control works like it should, which, yeah, if anyone's experienced with them, it's not great, but it's at least, you know, functional and kind of cool looking, I guess. I don't have the heated windshield in. I'm hoping that whenever this windshield breaks, because it's inevitable, I can grab an Outback one for it. But Outback heated mirrors and Outback tweeters. I don't think Bajas came with those, but yeah, it's really solid Bailey. All right, so this looks like it came from arguably the most disgusting WRX known to man. I think these P&P had 3 of these in stock, and all of them had like 220 plus on them. So I'm not using the trans. God, that is, why we do this, people? I'm not using the trans. I'm simply using the tail shaft housing. So, and the correct way to do this would be putting it on an engine stand, but I don't care. So I'm just going to put it in the tire. Alright, so I forgot I wanted to record this. Popping this off. This is on my Baja, as you can probably tell. That shouldn't need explained. Dropped the exhaust just a little bit. I don't feel like dealing with the sensors and all that stuff. I actually just forgot. So, drooping the exhaust, this should sneak out. I found this, which is pretty neat. Woo! There's a reason that stopper's there. Pretty cool. So, I'll replace that while I'm in here. But letting this drain slash leak, whatever you want to call that, and slowly popping it apart. I don't want it to just gush and, you know, fall off. And yes, I'm aware my steering rack is leaking like crazy. It's not a priority right now. So there are 2 dowel pins. One is all the way up here, which you probably can't see because I don't have the lights on. And one right there. Not awful, but as you can tell, stuck. So I'm gonna grab a smaller pry bar. I'm trying so hard not to get myself absolutely covered in ATF. I really don't want to drop all this either. Oh, I have to undo this sensor, which I think I described when taking the other trans apart. See how that. There we go. Don't really want to mar the surface up either. It has a steel gasket. So I was hitting right here. Part that sticks out. Yeah, so upper dowel pin is what we're stuck on. Come on. All the weight of this is on the pole jack. It's nice. Slowly but surely, we'll get it out. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! All right. So, I don't know how much of this is going to come out in one shot. This is what I get for not dropping the exhaust. Come on. There it is. All right. Gross. So that's our clutch basket. All of our clutches. I don't want to put this on the dirty ground, but it's not like I'm putting this back together anyway. Whatever, I'll be kind. Alright, so there's that. Give me. It's stuck in there. Very gentle nudge. So notice, if you can hear me over that, we got all these clutch plates. So naturally, the transmission is front wheel drive, these just float. Now the whatchamacallit? Oh, I can't find it. The TCU will pulse the signal, so it will somewhat lock up. However, you know, by default, it's just a 90% type deal. So that's that. Whatever. I do find it weird. Alright, so we have this shim that can stay there. And this stack. I should build this while it's in the car. So. Yeah. Please don't move. So this goes that way. I feel like I'm putting a motorcycle clutch together. That one. And then this one. That's that. This shim goes on here as well. Alright, so now I need the gasket. Yeah. So I do find it weird, again, like I was kind of mentally going over. Sensors here, which I would assume, you know, lines up. I'm going to try and put these together, and I know it's not going to work right. Don't laugh. Whatever. So this sits in here. What is that sensor? Oh, is it reading the actual basket? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So that's an extra sensor otherwise. So that should be good. So now I need, again, I need brake clean, I need some Fujibond, and I need my gasket. That 10 mil. Throw this guy back in and hope it still works. Wow, I cannot function right now. Sorry, I'm too lazy with getting flashlights right now, so. Oh, that's torn. Cool. All right. Where's my 10 mil? Probably put it back like an idiot. Very cool. I should do that now. Doesn't have to be too tight. Line out. Might as well do the drive shaft while we're at it. The propeller shaft. Should I have changed that output shaft seal? Yeah, probably. Do I really care? No. Ah, yes. Very cool. Total struggle sesh right now. Golly. Go back a little bit. I swear I'm more competent than this normally. Alright. Those are 14s. Cool. Nice. I'm gonna button this back up without recording the rest of it because I need to hurry up. So, sorry, I'm trying to not yell at my phone. First impressions, phenomenal. I, could hand this car to anyone; they wouldn't have no idea. I just swapped all that stuff. Tried to do a little front-wheel drive burnout like I normally would do in the rocks at the shop, and this thing just squatted and dug in. So highly recommend. I'm very curious how this will do in the snow, but I know these are rear-wheel drive biased, so they're barely. It's 45 front, 55 rear. So that plus my locker toggle switch should do very, very well. So would recommend. All right, excuse the fact that I look like a total weenie. This whole video was recorded using these Meta Ray-Bans. I just got new lenses that are transitions, so rather than just being sunglasses and wearing them inside and not being able to see anything. So if you think the quality was good enough, comment. If you think it wasn't stable enough, let me know. I totally get that it might not be, it's definitely not as good as if I'm recording on my phone. But it is significantly more convenient, and I'm able to show more of what I'm doing. So yeah, let me know how you feel about it. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, want to say hi, comment, let me know. Message me, text me, call me. Peace.